Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing volume 1, 2, 3. Testing mic level, testing 1, 2, 3. Tell me if it's loud or quiet. Whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube, let me know. We're going to kick things off in like 5 minutes. We're going to open up every deck in the deck box. Every deck. We'll talk about all of them. All right, so I have never actually streamed with Restream.io. Someone throw something in a chat, in either the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat. I want to see what happens. Right before we get started here, someone say hello or tell me your favorite card in the entirety of Keyforge. Throw something out there so that I can see what happens, if I can actually see it on the alleged joint chat. I'm not sure if it actually shows up. What's up, everybody? Oh my gosh, I am so excited to open up all of these decks. If you don't know what Keyforge is a unique deck game, but I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you probably know what Keyforge is. So Keyforge is a unique deck game, meaning that inside of this box, there could be literally anything, any combination of cards. The cards that I have seen spoiled, I will say that I've kind of stayed away from spoilers for the most part with regards to this set. I've seen some stuff on some forums, and I've checked out a few of the posts made by Fantasy Flight for this second set because I really enjoyed the first set. But I like the aspect of sort of just opening something up and having never seen cards before, just being totally surprised by something that you've never messed with. And so I'm super excited to dig into these and see some crazy cards and abilities that I've never really accomplished or messed with before. So with that in mind, I say we get this thing going. I went ahead and perforated this plastic because I'm not going to sit here for 5 minutes trying to get the plastic open. I bought a ton of Keyforge decks from the original set. I never bought an entire box though because I wasn't sure I was going to be into it. I bought a few at a time and I just kept buying them and just kept buying them. Ended up with a lot. This is what happens when you unfold a box. Oh, it's so cool. I like it. 204 new cards and an inconceivable number of new decks. Look at that. An inconceivable number. It was a large number before. Now that number is inconceivable. So there you go. I kind of want to rip this off, but I kind of don't because I'm one of those people that likes to keep boxes the way they are. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. But I may just keep it like it is. I may just keep it like it is. Tell me if the stream ever crashes, because that's quite possible. Living where I live, it kind of sucks to stream in this location, but it is what it is. Let's check colors, make everything look pretty. Hold on, I'm going to make everything look pretty. How does it look on your end? Tell me in a comment below. Chime in. Let's just make this look a little bright. That looks bad. This and like this and maybe like that. Good enough. Okay, I'm ready to do this thing. I've heard some really cool cards. I've seen some really cool cards. There's some really cool combos that I've come across. Some people kind of been hating on this set. I am not one of those kinds of people. I am just excited to see what we've got. The art, let's take a look at the art. It's pretty sweet. There was an issue. Oh, they've got these little side panels. There was an issue originally with the packaging of Keyforge where it was just super easy to do this. Oh my gosh, it's so much harder. I actually tried it once. I mean, I didn't try to like return the deck, but there were people apparently that, oh man, that's impossible, that were able to get the bottom of the deck box and peel it open, look at the contents, and if they didn't think it was very good, they just like glue it and put it back. I once tried gluing it myself. It didn't work very well. I was just curious if it was actually possible. It looked like it was possible. Oh yeah, there's not even a way. It's like if I can pull that off, but the way that it's tucked now, It's all about these scissors. Oh no, I'm gonna need scissors. Oh, this is the worst. They changed the packaging. Now I don't have anything to open this with. Oh, good lord. Okay, forget it. We're just gonna do it this way. I don't like doing it this way, but we're doing it this way. Okay, each deck. I am not going to show the contents beforehand. We'll see it together. I'm gonna lower this so that everyone can kind of get in a little bit more closely and intimately. I'm not going to show the card list, and I'm not going to look at the card list. We're just going to dive in together. So this is Millicent P. Antehouse, the Enigmatic. How cool. Different packaging. There's like a side thing now. They've also rearranged the format on the deck list cards. So they're not based on like action, then creatures, then artifacts, and all that sort of thing. Or what was it? It was actions, artifacts, creatures, upgrades, I think was the order of things listed. We're just going to dive in. Just move this out of the way. Somewhere over there. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. We're just gonna flip like this. 1-2 punch. So this is Brobnar, Logos, and Sanctum. 1-2 punch gives you an amber, and then if I can make it to where it's readable, stun an enemy creature. If that creature was already stunned, destroy it instead. Okay, let's see if there's other stun mechanics in this deck to make that more useful. Or two of these. Technically, you could play two of those, couldn't you? I'm gonna lower the gain so that it's easier for you to read along with me, because that's annoying. I've watched deck opening videos where it's like really tough to read the cards along with the person, and I just do not enjoy that. So let's try to make that readable. It's good enough. Save. Okay. Bump the mic and continue. These cards feel different. They feel oh, maybe they felt like that before. They felt flimsy. They feel flimsier. Calfine, I'm going to say that. 5 cost, or 5, not Dice Masters. 5 power. Before fight, deal 2 to each creature, each neighbor of the creature that it fights. So it kind of splashes, which is kind of cool. Moving on. Oh, a second one. Okay, so more splashy attacks. This is a giant. Keep that in mind. Giant. Groggins. This is still all the commons. They put them in rarity now. 8 power. When it is used to fight, it can only attack flank creatures, so it can only pop the things that are on the sides of the battle line. A little bit of a not so good thing. We got Lollop the Titanic. I've seen some interesting things that go along with him. He's 11 power. He deals no damage when he is attacked, but he can obviously push just a total ton of damage. Just one-shots anything he wants, which is pretty sweet. Okay. Let's keep going. Pound. Gives you an amber. This is an action. Deal 2 to a creature with 1 splash. Cool. So still looking for a combo there with 1-2 punch, because it does stun something, but you want it to destroy it, right? Yeah. Stuns an enemy creature. You want another stun effect. Second pound. So gains some amber. This deck gains 3 amber so far, I believe. Yep. That is still a common. Trimmer, old school Trimmer from the first set, same thing. Keep it going. Blood Money from the first set. I actually enjoyed this card a fair bit. Doesn't do a ton, but what it does do is kind of nice. It's kind of fun. Relentless Assault, one of my favorite Brobnar cards. This card was, you could do a lot of really cool things with this card. I liked this card a lot. I still do. Pile of Skulls. It's meh. It's kind of meh. You need a board in order for that to work, and Brobnar can keep a board sometimes. Signal Fire gives you an amber. It's an artifact. It says sacrifice it. It's an Omni, so you can do it on any house turn. For the remainder of the turn, friendly Brobnar creatures may fight as though they belong to the active house. So similar to some of those other out-of-house fighting artifacts and mechanics and things like that from the first set. Like, what was the Untamed one? It had the bird on it. Something Ritual of the Hunt or something like that. Oh, man, I love the Logos cards. I've always loved the Logos cards, and I'm excited to see some of these. So this is an action. It gives you an amber, and then it says steal 2 if they have 8 or more. So if they're a sort of a rush deck, then you just kind of, an amber rush deck, then you just kind of steal 2, which is nice. Unfortunately, steal 2 if they're 8 or more means that this does not prevent them from forging a key. It puts them down to 6 minimum, or maximum, I should say. Minimum. Fogify, that's awesome. Fogify gives you the amber and keeps them from fighting. Hexpion, it's an AI. Destroyed, archive it and the top card of your deck. So if this is on the field, gets killed, this goes along with the top card of your deck into the archive, so it just never goes away, which is pretty cool. Sort of ramp. Library of Babel, a decent artifact. Pip Pip. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. It's a pretty cool one. I like some of the counterplay cards that they've created. What's up, Zach? How's it going? Some of the counterplay cards that I've seen from this set are really, really interesting. Poke action. So we have another amber generating card. Deals 1 to an enemy creature, and if it destroys it, then you get to draw a card. So the secondary effect is less likely, but would be oh yeah, here we go. This guy is super cool. Professor Sutterkin, 2 power. I'm gonna keep doing that. It's not Dice Masters. Reap, draw a card for each friendly Logos creature. So if he sticks and you can stick him alongside of others, then he's gonna draw some cards. These are pretty cool art as well. Titan Mechanic, keys are costing 1 less if he's on a flank, which is pretty sweet. Oh, second Titan Mechanic, sweet. I wonder if we are almost through all of the Logos cards. Fila the Researcher, it's got elusive, it's a 1 cost, or 1 power. Oh my god, it's off to a wonderful start. After a creature is played adjacent to this card, then you draw a card. Ooh, that's fun. So you could like play this on the flank there. All of a sudden you draw a card. You could play your boy Professor Sutterkin down and reap with him on the next turn. You draw a card. That's sweet. Card draw, man. That's one of the things that I love, and just I love about card games in general, just drawing cards. Research Smoko, so a little bit more archiving from the previous archive that we had in the Logos house. Dysania, I never knew how you pronounce this. I honestly never had a deck with this in it, which is a bummer. But it's kind of cool. It's a 4 power creature, and then they discard each of their archived cards. So this actually has, I think, a little bit more utility than than in the previous set, where archiving in that set was a little bit more rare, whereas in this set it looks like there's a ton of things to archive. Oh, and then now we're on to the Sanctum stuff. A Bond the Armor Smith. Each other friendly creature gets +1 armor, and then as an action, so instead of fighting or reaping, you can use the action, and then for the remainder of the turn, everybody gets +1 armor. So he gives +1 armor, and then as an action, he can give a second armor, which is pretty sweet. Let's keep going. Albad the Grim. Albade? That's probably not Albade. It's probably Albad. It's a 4 power 1 armor creature. Sweet art, as always. When you play him, he captures 1. Then you reap, discard 1 from him, so he can come down and capture 3. And then if you reap with him, each time you reap, the opponent has less of a chance of getting all of their captured amber back. It just goes back to the pool. That's pretty sweet. Oh, yes, Blinding Light. I love Blinding Light. This is one of my favorite cards and my least favorite cards to play against. This card is so sweet. I love it. 2 of them. Well, I should just hype it up again. This card is so sweet. Go for 3. 3. Oh, no. Bordan the Redeemed. Elusive. And then he captures 2 when you use the action. So he just keeps capturing. That's a good little combo alongside of the armor gain with this. So we've got a lot of capture with regards to the Sanctum side of things in this deck. Shal the Safeguard. Probably Shal. 4 power, 2 amber, or 2 armor. It's got Deploy. I got distracted because Deploy is a sweet new keyword that plays around with the battle line positioning, which again in the first set was static. Wherever you placed it, that's where the creature was, and if it died, everything scooted forward. Now we have several abilities, but deploy as a keyword that shifts that battle line around. Deploy, I think, was... no, it was not in the other set. There was... what was that other Sanctum guy that could just jump around? The Guardian. He could, like, jump around a little bit. That was pretty sweet. This also has Taunt, which is nice, so you can slide that card back and forth. Shield of Justice. This card's generally not very good. Sad to say. I mean, it's kind of cool. Sir Marrows. 4 power, 2 armor. After your opponent gains Amber by reaping, he captures it. So just leave him out there and your opponent can't reap. And we also had some other reap hate. What was the other reap hate? What was it? What was the other reap hate in this deck? I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. When they reap, do something. Oh, it was a Pip Pip. Pip Pip. Yeah, stun it. So that's 2 reap hate cards, which is pretty sweet. Brobnar Ambassador, so you can use a Brobnar card this turn when he fights and reaps, which is cool. I like that. I like that joint thing. It's pretty sweet. Prince Derek Unifier. Gain 3 if you control creatures from 3 different houses. Oh, that's cool. Ah, see, I love cards that also create a weird little mini game. And this is a weird little minigame card. You get a small bonus of 3 amber if you have a Sanctum and a Logos and a Brobnar creature all on the same board. That's pretty fun. Sigil of Brotherhood. It's a pretty decent card. I've had decks with this in it, and I've found them to, like this card, to be sort of meh. But I think it has its place if you time it the right way. Oh my goodness, and Doom of the Martyr. I love Doom of the Martyr. It's like a bad version. I say I love it and then I call it like a bad. It's like a bad version of the Time Traveler, right? Because it's a destroyed effect, then you draw the 2 cards, versus a when played effect. Draw 2 cards. I shouldn't say something that I like is bad, but it is. It's like a less good but cool Sanctum version of Time Traveler. So that's this first deck. I'll cover it up. This is what the deck list looks like. I want that to be visible. I want to make it visible so that you can read it. So if you were curious, there's a little notch by Fogify right up there. I can't, you won't see me pointing to it, but it's there. A notch right up here by Fogify. That delineates that it is a card from the Legacy set, meaning that it's not normally in this set. It's not normally in AOA, but they've included it into this deck specially, which again goes back to the idea of like there's just too many possibilities to count with regards to things that could be in these packs. So let's open another one. In an awkward way, just rip it open, I guess. Let's just rip it open. Does Fogify have a mark on the card? That's a great question. Let's find out. Let's find out if Fogify has a mark on the card. I think I passed. No, it was like the second card we opened. Fogify does not. It looks like it's exactly the same way printed. Yeah. Nope. Great question, though. Does not have a mark to delineate that it is a legacy card. Okay, covering up the deck list so that we don't get a peek into what we're looking at. I want some shadow stuff because I like the look of those Plague Rats. Goodness gracious, I can't open this. It's impossible. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have a Maverick-looking logo, which I agree is very interesting. All right, so this has Mars, Dis, and Sanctum. Z Nigel, Cause Camp's Wealthy Magistrate. Nigel, that's a rich name right there. We're gonna put the card down there. Okay, from the top, Ember Imp. Amber Imp. There's slightly like there's Ember Imp, and now there's Ember Imp. But I guess you can pronounce this one Amber Imp. So I don't know. 2 power, elusive. After a creature reaps, stun it. Pretty cool. We've seen the version from Logos there. Hey, this is the picture that I used for the hold screen. Banish, action, gain an amber, put an enemy creature into your opponent's archives. So again, now we have a way of putting things into archives, accessing archives a little bit more in this set. I think that's cool. Binding Irons. Oh, this card, I remember when they spoiled this card and everyone was like, oh no, you can give each other chains? This is disgusting. And yeah, I think this is disgusting. So now we have it. We can bind irons onto people. Lash of Broken Dreams, just a generally good artifact. Misery Exploit. What a cool name. Play, gain 1 for each damaged enemy creature. So as long as you're pinging them and damaging them, then you're getting some amber as soon as you play that card. I love the art of the Dis house. Probably the most. I don't know. I just find it super interesting. Streak. I'm going to say Streak. 2 power, elusive, and then while it's not on a flank, so as long as it's somewhere in the middle, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during their draw cards step. So this is like a succubus, except it has 1 less power, it's got elusive, and it's got this requirement that it can't be on a flank. So a little bit more interesting, a little less like easy mode. You have to plan things out, which I'm all about, man. I'm all about planning things out. That's what's fun. Yerk, 4 cost, play, choose and discard a card from your hand, meaning that you can get rid of things that you don't quite need, especially if they're not of the house Dis while you're playing this card. So you can discard your random Mars card that you don't care about, which is neat. I think that is pretty sweet. Gold Key Imp, here we go. Elusive, players cannot forge their 3rd key. So as long as this is living, your opponent can't win the game, and neither can you. How interesting is that? Answer, interesting. Old Yerk. I wonder, these are paired together? Probably not. I don't know. Choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. So again, just kind of self-milling in a sense, where you're just burning cards from your hand, self-discarding things that you don't quite care about. Ooh, this is another great card. I enjoy this one a lot. This is Pandemonium. It gives you an amber, and then each undamaged creature captures 1 from its opponent. And that counts yours as well, which allows you to keep them from forging. But you can play it alongside of like Guilty Hearts in decks, which is pretty sweet. Scullion. Like the art in that is super sweet. And it's powerful. Look at that. 7 power, 2 armor. Sacrifice a friendly creature. So in order to play this, I guess not in order to, but when you play this, something that you have is going to die. If you have an empty board, then that's not true, but you know, if you don't, then you're not lucky. Shard of Pain. Shards are cool, or at least I imagine they are. I haven't seen all of the shards. So this is an item, it's an artifact, so you play it down. You use it as an action, deal 1 to an enemy creature for each friendly shard. So if you have more shards, then you can deal more damage. I'm curious to see, are there shards in every house? I don't quite know. Yes, okay, so now we come to Mars, which is just a bit weird all around. So a 2 power Agent Human, elusive. Reap, choose a friendly non-Mars creature and an enemy non-Mars creature. Stun the chosen creatures. So you stun one of yours, you stun one of theirs, and it's all fair, right? Something like that. We got 2 of them. Just in case we needed it, we got 2. There he is. Make that a little sharper. Cool. Collector Worm. The art on this is cool. It's got 5 armor, which is really, really good, actually. Here's the beauty of having a ton of armor versus a ton of health. The armor always regenerates at the end of the turn. So whenever you engage this in some sort of a fight, if it doesn't take the requisite amount of armor, then it doesn't take any damage, essentially, which is pretty awesome. Poison does not kill this if it doesn't deal over 5 damage. So a 2/5, like a 2 power 5 armor body is sick. Yeah, I guess if you place Scullion into an empty board, you would sacrifice it. Yep. This says fight, archive the creature Collector Worm fights. If that creature leaves your archives, put it in its owner's hand instead. So this is a pretty sweet little way of just pulling away whatever it's engaged with. Mars first. So this is very similar to some of the cards that we saw for Mars, like Squawker, right? It's very similar to Squawker. This one gives you an amber, and it says ready and use a friendly Mars creature. So whereas Squawker just readied it so that you could use some synergies with other Mars creatures, like it counts the active Mars creatures that you have, or the ready Mars creatures that you have. This one actually readies it and then uses it, so you don't get those same synergies. A little bit interesting tweak on those cards. Mind Worm, 1 power, elusive. Before the fight, the creature Mind Worm fights, deals damage equal to its power to each of its neighbors. So that's pretty sweet. I like that one. It, again, encourages you to think about where you're placing things on your battle line. Looks like we have 2 of them in the deck. I like that. Hypno Beam, gain control of an enemy creature, and you just get it. It doesn't go back to them, which is that's not bad at all. That's pretty sweet. Nizik Resonator, a 2/1. I'm going to call it that. 2 power, 1 armor. For each neighbor, Nizik, yeah, I'm going to say Nizik. Nizik Resonator has your opponent's keys cost 2 extra amber to forge. That's pretty sweet. So in other words, he plays down, nothing happens. Your opponent's keys cost 6. When one of them goes on this side, your opponent's keys cost 8. On that side, your opponent's keys cost 10. Which is pretty cool. Uxlix the Zookeeper, a great Mars creature. If it sticks, it does gross things. Luckily, we can use the Mars first card to gain an amber, ready this, reap with it, capture something, put it in our archives. So we've got some archive control because we also have the Collector Worm. Oh, and we have 2 Uxlix the Zookeepers. Oh, silly me. Thinking it was just going to end right there. Shard of Hate. So there are 2 shards in this deck. Stun an enemy creature for each friendly shard. So if you use the action on this, then and you have both shards in play, then it stuns 2 creatures. If you have the other shard out, use the action on that shard. I forgot what it did. Deal 2 to an enemy creature. It's pretty cool. So it looks like there's probably a shard in every house, I would imagine. Oh, geez. How do we pronounce this? What does that say? Yizfiz? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Yizfiz No Drone. 3/1. Archive a card. You may purge an archived card to stun a creature. Now, here's an interesting thing. Because we have ways of gathering up our opponent's creatures, can we purge their creatures? Because some of our things have said if we purge or if we remove their creature from our archives, it goes back to their hand. We probably cannot purge their creature and actually have it purged, because the moment it would go to be purged, it would go to their hand first. I'm assuming that's the case, but if you can purge your opponent's creatures, then that's disgusting and awesome. Okay, on to Sanctum. Lion Botrim, 4/1. Deploy, can go anywhere. Lion Botrim's neighbors get +2 power, so he can just kind of bounce around giving things extra power, meaning extra health, meaning extra punch, extra attack, you know, that sort of thing. And we've got 2 of them, so he can deploy in a lot of different places. It's pretty sweet. We've got the Albad the Grim again. Play, capture 3, discard 1 each time you reap with him, which is pretty sweet. Discard 1 amber off of him. Looks like the signal's dropping a little bit. We've got another Bordan the Redeemed, which I think this card is cool. So I'm okay seeing more of him. Got another Shal the Safeguard. More Deploy. This deck has a lot of interesting little synergies. I like this. Golden Aura. Play, choose a creature, fully heal the chosen creature. For the remainder of the turn, the chosen creature is considered to be in House Sanctum and cannot be dealt damage. So in other words, I can play this, fully heal something from like Dis or Mars, and then use it. So I could like stick to Uxlix from this deck, play this on a Uxlix, and use it off house after I've named Sanctum and all that. It's pretty cool. Thinking in this deck itself. Hallowed Shield. Choose a creature for the remainder of the turn. The chosen creature cannot be dealt damage. This is an artifact, so you can just keep using it. Kind of plays off the Hallowed Blaster thing from the other set. Take Hostages. It's not a bad card. It's just not a good card. It is sort of just what it is. It gives you an amber, so that's good. Equalize also gives you an amber. It's an action. Redistribute the amber on friendly creatures among friendly creatures, then redistribute the amber on enemy creatures among enemy creatures. This is a good way to get amber off like a big thing and put it on a bunch of small things for your opponent, or get amber off of a bunch of weak things on yours and put them on a bunch of bad things for your opponent to try and kill. Free markets. Gain 1 to a maximum of 6 for each house represented among cards in play except for Sanctum. And this counts both players. So as long as it's not, I guess you can gain up to 5, right? Except for Sanctum. So why would it say to a maximum of 6? That's interesting. So if my opponent had 3 different from my deck houses, and I had 3 different houses active, they had 3 different houses with cards active, I would gain 5, right? So why'd they have to put a cap on it? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Someone tell me in the chat. Hadroth's Wall. Each friendly flank creature gets +2 power. So you can throw stuff on the flank and buff them even more. That'd be gross against some of those powerful Call of the Archons cards that would go on the flanks. Final one, Potion of Invulnerability. Old school stuff, old school. Yeah, it could be design space for future houses, so certainly. I could see that. Yeah, Potion of Invulnerability is meh. That was a very rich sounding deck name. The Z Nigel, Cause Camp's Wealthy Magistrate. So there's some interesting things about that deck. Things that I found kind of curious. Things that I found kind of fun. I like the shard mechanic. We'll see how some of those other things kind of shape up. 2 yellow decks as well, if anyone's keeping track. We've got two yellow-looking Archons. Okay, deck 3. Come on, Shadows. Or Logos. Looks like we've got more Mars. We've got Logos and Brobnar. People have been complaining about some of the Brobnar stuff, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it. The bounce thing, I get the bounce thing. People are talking about like Drummerknot and Gengar Chieftain? Gangnar Chieftain? Forgot which one it was. The Sir of Daring Moon Keep. The Sir of Daring Moon Keep. It's green. And the connection is dropped. So sad. I don't like that. Okay, let's do this thing. First Blood. This has a new keyword. This is alpha. Alpha cards have to be played first. They can't be played, after the first card of your turn has been played. It gives you an amber. It says play, deal 2 damage for each friendly Brobnar creature. You may divide this damage among any number of creatures. So you can kind of parse it out as you see fit, which is pretty sweet. Come on, connection. Sit around and wait for the connection to catch back up. Ooh, come on. There we go. Hold firm. Foozle. Creepy looking art. That face is just terrifying. If an enemy creature has been destroyed this turn, gain 1. That's after you've reaped. So you're encouraged to use this last or, after you've killed something. It's got a body, so it sticks around. That's kind of cool. Oh, speaking of Gengar Chieftain, I loved this card, by the way. This card was great. Still is great. I don't know why I say it was. Still is. Groke. Fight. Your opponent loses 1. Good combo with Gengar Chieftain. Pound. Got the Amber. Play deal 2 with 1 splash. It's a pretty cool card. Blood Money again. So you could technically play like Blood Money, then the creature that... What was this one called? I already forgot. Groke. Was that Groke? Groke. You could play Groke. Blood Money, Groke, Gengar Chieftain, and kill the thing that you put the Blood Money on. Pretty cool. Flame Wake Shaman. 4 power. Play, deal 2 to a creature. So it just comes in, hits something. Sound the horns so that you can tutor out some Brobnar creatures, or a Brobnar creature, I should say. Discards a bunch of other stuff, so that can kind of thin your deck out, which is cool. War Chest, which isn't bad. Not a bad one. King of the Crag, so it's going to buff, or it's going to debuff, I should say, all of your opponent's Brobnar creatures. Lava Ball, which is another card that I never had from my decks from Call of the Archons. Deals 4 and then 2 splash. Oh, my goodness. A Maverick Binding Irons. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's so weird. I flipped it over. I was like, I didn't know they printed this card for Brobnar. Oh, wait, no, they didn't print this card from Brobnar. That is so sweet. So deck number 3, we have a Maverick, and it's Maverick Binding Irons. That's pretty awesome. What a good card to get as a Maverick. I didn't ever consider that. Oh, and then we go to logos. Here we go. Cutthroat Research. Again. Pretty cool. Gets you an amber, then you steal 2. Igor. That's funny. Igor. 2 power. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 to your hand and discard the others. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that. So you're just scrying, finding what you like, but you add it to your hand. That's awesome. Helper Bots. You can play 1 non-logos card this turn. So it's basically a phase shift with a body. So you get a little 1 power guy, and you get to phase shift something. Good if you can get those other logos cards that look for creatures on the board. Archive Hexbion and the top card of your deck. It's a pretty cool one. Oh, I'm so excited. I want some like... Ooh, a Wild Wormhole. I thought this one... Oh, this one might be a legacy card. Wild Wormhole's such a sweet card. Man, I love logos. A ZYX Researcher. I saw some of these cards. Archive the top card of your deck and the top card of your discard pile. So if you can play your turn out really, really well, or you play over the course of a few turns, your turns out well, you could technically work out whose or what card is on top of your discard pile, as long as you don't shuffle them around, right? What's on top of your discard pile, and you can archive it, which is really, really sweet. It's a cool card. And what's the body on it? It's a 2. So it's easy to kill, but still. Oh, there's 2 of them. Archive for days. Archive for days. Ooh, backup copy. I don't know this card. This creature gains destroyed. Put this creature on top of your deck. Oh man, that's so cool. There's just so many crazy things you can do with logos. I'm pretty sure they love logos over there at the game creators in the Fantasy Flight world. Gives you an amber too. How sweet is that? Director of ZYX. This is a rare, no, an uncommon. Yeah, uncommon. Elusive. It's a 3-body elusive, which is super interesting. It's like the old school, I say old school, it's like literally a set ago. God, what's the one from, I guess, I can't think of her name. Nexus, it's like Nexus. At the start of your turn, archive the top card of your deck. Whether you want to or not, just archive it up. And then another Philo the Researcher. That's so cool. Ah, I love it, man. I just want to play some of this now. Yargoggle. I'm going to assume that J is a Y sound. I don't know. Elusive. Play. Put the top card. Put a card from your hand face down under him. Destroyed. Yeah, it's like old Bruno as well. Yeah. Destroyed. If it's your turn, play the card under Yargoggle or Jargoggle. Otherwise, archive it. So there's no real downside to this. Ooh, that's so sweet. There's no downside to that. It gets a card out of your hand. You get to play it for free if he dies immediately. So let's say someone had like Speed Sigil, if that's still in the game. Then you could run him out there and then play an off-house card on your turn. How fun. Oh my gosh, there's so many ZYX things. It's a 5/1. Fight and Reap. You can play one of your archived cards as if it were in your hand and in the active house. That's, oh my gosh, so much cool archiving. See, I felt like archive was sort of like a missed mechanic with the first set. It's like, yeah, it happens sometimes, but there's so few ways to like do things with it or against it that it just kind of, you forget about it after a while. This deck is like the not forgetting about archives ever deck, because of Project ZYX. Okay, on to the Mars, and the Mars is probably going to be like underwhelming because I got so hyped about all of that logos. So we've got Agent Human again. Let's go. Collector Worm again, which I think is a good card, but I don't know, man. I'm not like super good. Collector Worm again. So 2 of them. Glixel, I said it right. Glixel Proliferator. Reap. If he is on a flank, archive a Mars card from your discard pile. Do you like how I said he, so I didn't have to say Glixel Proliferator again? You just archive 1 from your discard pile. It's pretty sweet. Your opponent goes, I can't leave that up. Otherwise, I have to deal with the Ixixley Fix Finger. A 2/2, elusive. Each other Martian creature gets +1 armor. Ixixley Fix oh, whatever. Mars first again. This sets Squawker, right? Mind Worm again. Pretty cool one. Mind Worm again. 2 again. Coming in 2s. A Mother Gun. Old school. Nice. Good old Mother Gun. Vesma Think Drone is back. It's a pretty interesting card. Again, we just archive stuff forever with this deck. The Resonator's back in this deck as well. My opponent's keys cost $1 billion. And the final card, Sample Collection. Well, there you go. I mean, if the deck is going to do some archiving, it might as well do all of the archiving. So we'll just throw that in the archives as well. So that deck is literally, we're just going to archive all of the things. That's the one. The Sir of Daring Moon Keep. The Sir. I haven't scanned any of these, so I'm going to cover that very, very well. Look at that. Binding Irons right there. This deck is super good, man. That's fun. That's a fun deck. We'll keep that one off to the side. All right. Let's cruise. Let's do some more. Come on, you. Well, I've gotten Brobnar. This would be 3 out of the 4 times, and I've gotten Dis 2 times, and I've gotten Logos 3 times. So far this box is hitting just about all of the houses that I enjoy. Dis, Logos. I do enjoy some Sanctum cards. I don't have any Shadows. That makes me a little sad. I'm going to go to a sealed tournament on Sunday. Buy another one there, so maybe I'll get lucky there too. 1-2 Punch yet again. I'm going to start going faster since well, for the cards that we know. Calfine again. Oh, I should say the name of the deck. Oh, and sweet too. Pleasance, the Dream Chaser of Elves. How wonderful. Drummer Knot, here we go. Return a friendly giant creature to your hand when you play, fight, and reap. So come on, giant. Okay, it's First Blood. Alpha. Come on, giant. It's First Blood. Okay. Come on, giant. There's a giant, but this one you don't really care about returning to your hand. That one you want to sit out there and use it. Come on, Joe. Gauntlet of Command. That's a good card. That's a mean card, actually. That's one of those cards where, like, you do not like to see it. Look at that art. It's a pretty cool little Archon. Pound. Gains you an Amber. Come on, Giant. Trimmer. It's more stun. More stun. Come on, Giant. Ogopogo. After he attacks and destroys a creature, you may deal 2 damage to a creature. Okay, so he just kind of like hits something alongside of hitting something. Come on, a bouncing giant, a War Grumpus. So you can't bounce this one. Fight Reap, ready and fight with a neighboring giant. Can't bounce it because it's not a giant. Ah, 2 of them. Oh man, we're gonna. Oh yeah, that's such a bummer. So what are your options here? Your options are that card, that card. I guess those, yeah. So there's 4 creatures. Or, that's not true. There's 6 creatures. So that's a decent, fine number of creatures, whatever. Kind of less than you'd want. But you can drum or not. Let's see, what would you bounce? You would bounce like none of these, really. Bummer. I was getting hyped there for a minute. Banish. Pretty cool one. Things to your archives are interesting. Just, it's everywhere. It's common. Why am I expecting anything different? Just keeps showing up. Oh my goodness. Yuck. I know it's common, but like, how common is it? Cull the weak. This art. Just like the hands grabbing out. Destroy the least powerful enemy creature. Gives you an amber as well. So you get to kill things and get an amber. Dust Imp. Destroyed, gain 2. Good old Dust Imp. Gub. It just falls off the mouth. Gub. While it's not on a flank, it gets +5 power and gains taunt. So just put it in the center and put stuff around it. Misery Exploit again. Pretty cool. We don't have a way to ping everything for one, so that's be something we want to look for. Streak. Again, this one doesn't want to be on the flank either. It's like the succubus. It's like a succubus. 2 of them. Redundancy. I don't know if it's good, but we got it. Yerk. He's okay to put on the flank, so you put him on the flank. Yerk again. Just keep it going, man. Tentacus from Call of the Archons. And here we go again. Cutthroat Research. Igor. I like that card. Library of Babel. Poke. Another poke. Just going to poke everything. Just keep it going. Titan Librarian. 4. At the end of your turn, if Titan Librarian is not on a flank, archive a card. So there's a lot. Well, not a lot. There are, what, 4 or 5 that don't want to be on the flank in this deck? 4, maybe? Titan Mechanic. This one does want to be on the flank. That's good. Can consider that sort of synergistic, right? Another Wild Wormhole. Yep. Not a legacy card. Just in the set. Another Jar Goggle. Ooh, Memory Chip. This is new. It's an artifact. After you choose Logos as your active house, archive some more cards. Just do it up, man. Chaos Portal. That's a funny one. And the final card. The Curator. Friendly artifacts interplay ready. Well, okay, that's interesting. Let's go through and pull the artifacts. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. That's not bad. None of artifacts, no artifacts, no artifacts. Ooh, actually, this is some cross-house synergy with Gauntlet of Command, right? So this has 1, 2, 3, 4 different cards it can proc if it sticks around. It doesn't have elusive or anything, but it does have some targets that it's looking for. So it's pretty cool. Pleasance, the Dream Catcher of Elves. Dream Chaser of Elves. Looks like that. 2 Binding Irons, man. Looks like people are going to be getting some chains. Get some chains. This is the one. It's going to have shadows. Nope. Dang it. Oh, but the name's cool. Philotop, the Rascal Swindler. I want to dig into some of the other houses. Let's see what house is not represented here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've seen 5 of the houses out of the 7, so we don't have Shadows or no Tamed. Which is a bummer, because I like both of those houses. I guess my least favorite house is probably Mars. Though I've found things in each house that I really do enjoy. As I make ridiculously loud sounds into the microphone here. What am I doing? The Rascal Swindler. Here we go. Right off the top. right off the top. 2 of them. Coal the Weak. Dust Imp. Exhume. This one's cool. I remember this one. You get an amber. It says choose a creature in your discard pile. If you play that, you may play that creature as if it belonged to the active house and was in your hand. I like that card. 2 of them. Good. Why not, right? Misery Exploit. Schuler. Just a simple steal if they got 4 or more. Plus, it's got a good body in general. Unlocked Gateway. I've never seen this card. This is an Omega, so it has to be played last. Or, I should say, when you play this, your stuff is over. So, destroy each creature. So you do stuff, do stuff, do stuff, blow everything up. It's pretty cool. Doesn't give you stuff like chains or anything either, so it's not Gateway to this. Blood Shard Imp. After a creature reaps, its controller must sacrifice it. Pretty cool. Old Yerk, so you can discard 2 of your cards when you play them. Hold on really quick. I'm going to readjust. As I bump into things, I'm uncomfortable. I need to get a better computer chair. Oh, there we go. Continuing. Pandemonium. Each undamaged creature is going to capture 1 from its opponent. Cutthroat Research. Library of Babel yet again. Library of Babel yet again. Library of Babel yet again. Goodness gracious, 3 of them. Poke. Poke. Standardized testing. Action. Play. Destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power. And I would imagine it would kill multiples if there are ties. So 2 powers lowest, you kill all the 2 powers. That sort of thing. Pretty cool. Titan Librarian again. It's going to archive a card if it's not on a flank at the end of the turn. So it can at least proc once. Titan Mechanic. ZYX Researcher again. Super fun. Director. Entropic Swirl. Choose a creature. For each trait that creature has, deal it 2 damage and gain 1 amber. That is... Well, I'm just thinking of the cards that did that in Call of the Archons. Like similar things that looked for traits. They were Mars cards, and they were generally not very good. I can imagine this one not being very good as well. Agent Human. Into the Mars house. Agent Human. I gotta make up my mind if this card's good or not. Let's see. Maybe. Collector Worm. Double Collector Worm. Got a lot of redundancy in this deck. Triple on the... ooh, Mars needs Amber. Each damaged enemy non-Mars creature captures 1 from their own side. That is really... Okay, so... Any creature that's damaged and not Mars, it will capture 1. Okay. It gives you an Amber when you do that as well. So that's new. Sky Booster Squadron. Return Sky Booster Squadron to your hand after you reap with this. So this is really all for fighting. Unless you want to bounce it and heal it up and then play it again. It's kind of cool. Tixel Beam Buckler for 1. Oh, he looks angry. Dude looks straight angry. Deal 2 to a creature and move it to either flank of its controller's battle line. That's pretty cool. So you can shift things around yourself. Ooh, that's new too. Xanthix Harvester. Xanthix Harvester cannot be used while it has a non-Mars neighbor. Reap gain 1. Interesting. So it's like a, not Dust Pixie, what's the other one? Dew Fairy, but you can't use it if it's next to a non-Mars. Yixlix Dominator, so you got something to put next to it. That's good. It protects it as well. 3 power too, so some removal options, but not a ton. Exterminate! Exterminate! For each friendly marsh creature you control, destroy a non-marsh creature with lower power. In this deck, yeah, that's doable. Yeah, totally. That's totally doable. There's a range there that kind of goes with that. Oh, Gromid. Here we go. Interesting. And the final card, Sniffer. Everything loses elusive when you play it. Or when you use the action, I should say. Gives you an amber when you play it. Interesting. There was a lot of redundancy in that deck. There was a lot of, like, I mean, there's 3 Libraries of Babel, 2 Pokes, there's 2 Exhumes, 2 Binding Irons, 2 Collector Worms, 2 Agent Humans. So that's interesting. I'll be honest, I just want the Shadows stuff, man. I just want those things. Oh no, it just keeps coming. Sanctum, Logos, and Dis. Moto Fire, the Conductor Investigator. The Conductor Investigator. He investigates conductors, people that drive trains, or people that conduct ensembles, like musical ensembles. One of the two. Either you're driving a train or you're conducting an orchestra. I can't get this plastic open. They upgraded their plastic. Okay, here we go. All right. Bottom card goes over there. Cull the Weak. We're going to probably blow through these houses because we know most of the cards from the first two. Or at least from the Dis and the Logos sides. Cull the Weak, unless something crazy shows up. Dust Imp. I know the stream keeps cutting out. It's so sad. I don't know why that's happening. Exhume. You didn't miss much with that deck number 5. Deck number 6 is what we're on now. Gub. So he's looking not to be on a flank. Let's move into a better location for you guys. Lash. I'm going to do this so that I can see it better. There. Now I can see if you can see. Ooh, this is new. Not Finished With You. Gives you an amber. It's an action. Play, shuffle any number of creatures from your discard pile into your deck. And it does not... It's like a Rise, except it does not give you... what do you call it? It does not give you a chain, and you can pick non-dis or whatever house you named creatures. That card's really good. That card's really good. Wow. Into your deck. It doesn't give it to your hand. I guess that's the trade-off. Still really good. Streak. Hysteria. Ooh, Hysteria is like a low-key good card. It's good. I like that card. See if there's any kind of combos with it where you can play stuff back out. Tentacus, sure. You want like play effects. Creeping Oblivion. Purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. Gain an amber while you do it. Hecatomb. Destroy each dis creature, and each player gains 1 for each creature they control that was destroyed. So you just like blow up all of your dis stuff. Overlord. He back. Wonder, I'm gonna peek. Oh no, I'm not gonna peek. I'm gonna peek. See, no, he's in the set. Alright, Archimedes. Hey. Elusive. Each of Archimedes' neighbors gains destroyed. Archive this creature. That's pretty cool. And it's elusive, so it sticks around. Cutthroat Research again. Archimedes is a common, and we've gotten 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th Logos deck, and it's the first time we've seen it. Helper Bot. I think that card is legit, and it's common. The card's good. Library of Babel. Pokin. We're just doing some more Pokin. We've got some standardized testing going on. Got another ZYX Researcher. You know what I would like to see? Redacted. Because that, like, the first time I saw someone post Redacted, I really thought it was like Just a joke card made by someone who loves the SCP articles like I do. And turns out it's a real card, and now I want it. Pretty cool. Yep. Jargoggle. Yargoggle, I don't know. Osmo, Martianologist. I had him in like one single deck out of all the decks that I had. Healed 3 damage from a Mars creature or stun a Mars creature. This deck does not have Mars in it, so it's literally only there to stun, making him not very good. And of course, there's two in here. So there's that, right? Ooh, Transposition Sandals. This seems like it's going to be a lot better in this set than it was in the original set, because now you can move things around in a meaningful way, which is pretty cool. Speaking of, you've got deploy mechanics like this, so you can really shift things around. Pretty cool. Blinding Light. Did I mention I love that card? Golden Aura again. It's pretty neat. Hallowed Shield. Ooh, Marek the Marked. That art, man. It's a 5/1. After Marek the Mark prevents damage with its armor, capture 1 for each damage it just prevented. So if you give it more armor, then you can capture more amber. Pretty cool. And there's 2 of them. Stick them. They're big too. Smite. What's going on in this picture? Like a weird. Oh, he's like calling down fire. I got you. Ready and fight with a friendly creature. Deal 2 to the attacked creature's neighbors. Take hostages. Ooh, interesting. Baron Menjivan. After you discard a Sanctum card from your hand, Baron Menjivan captures 1. He has a body. Dude doesn't look like it, but he is ripped. Look at him go. Equalize. That's a cool card. Oh, there's a little... What is that, a little scratch? Oh, man. How'd that even get in there? That's unfortunate. Free Markets. I think pretty cool. And the last card, Potion of Invulnerability. Not bad at all. Throw this one there and show that. Boom. So out of the decks that you've seen online, what catches your attention the most? If you've seen any decks online at all. We are, what, halfway through? 6 out of 12. What cards, what kind of combos catch your attention the most? Oh, hey, look! That's awesome. And it's Lucida. I have to turn it because it shines in my way. Lucida, sweet. Oh my god, I can't speak. Let's just start over. It's Lucida, Sweet Swamp Earl. But we didn't have an Untamed or a Shadows. And now it's paired with my favorite house, which is Logos. So maybe, just maybe, this deck will be sweet. And you know, if not, that's alright. If not, that's alright. Let's get a Legacy Library access, shall we? Now that it's been nerfed. Ooh, Archimedes, cool. Good start. I think that card is sweet. It's pretty fun looking. Binate Rupture. So, it's an alpha. You play it the very first thing you do. Each player gains amber equal to the amber in their pool. So, in other words, if you have 2 and your opponent has 0, they gain 0 and you gain 2. If they have 6 and you have 4, then they're getting 12 and you're getting to 8. So, it's an interesting trade-off. Helper Bot. Again, that card is awesome. Pip. I think that card's awesome too, honestly. Well, so let's get 2 of them. Why not, right? Titan Librarian. Wild Wormhole, so we can pop out any of the things that we're about to see. Let's see what we got continuing on. ZYX Researcher. Backup copy. In the uncommons now. Ooh, Bouncing Death Quark is back. Look at it go. This card was cool. It's great with Time Traveler, of which I had a lot of decks with Time Traveler in it. It's pretty sweet. After you choose logos as your active house, archive a card. Yeah, I read that one before. I don't know why I was rereading it. Oh, yes! Okay, here we go. I love this. It's so cool. After you choose logos as your active house, place 1 from the common supply on redacted. When you have 4 or more on the card, sacrifice it. And forge a key at no cost. Oh, I was secretly hoping that was in there because I just... What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that was the last card. Oh, that card is so cool. It's key cheat for logos. I love that card. It's so cool. And it just makes me so happy because it's like totally a nice little call out to all the SCP fans out there. If you don't know what SCP is, you should Google SCP Wiki and go read a bunch of really cool, really creepy stories. Into the shadows we go. So we've got Gamgee. He's elusive. He's a 2-power creature. When you reap with him, if your opponent has more amber than you, then you get to steal 1. And you can just keep doing that. There's the condition that your opponent has to have more amber than you, though. So it's not as, like, just easy. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool. Nerve Blast. Okay. That's a great card. Yeah, I'll take that. You always steal with it unless your opponent has nothing. Ronnie Wristlocks. 2. Play. Steal 1, and if your opponent has 7 or more, steal 2 instead. So if they have exactly 7, then you keep them from forging a key. Solid. Swindle. It's an alpha and an omega. The moment you play this card, your turn ends, and it just steals 3. It's pretty cool. Whistling Darts. Oh, this one's cool too. So it says, play, deal 1 to each enemy creature. This is just a ping. Just play it, gain an amber, ping all your enemies' stuff for 1. That's sweet. I'm hyped. I love these houses. Action, steal 1. Just straight up. He's got a body. You kind of want to be fighting with him, maybe? Probably not. I mean, it's a race. You just go for amber. Action, steal. Hidden Stash. Archive some cards. And there were some archive effects in the logos side. So got some little synergies there. 2 hidden stashes. Archive 2 cards. Let's go. Come on. 3 hidden stashes. Archive 3 cards. Let's go. Come on. Oh, that's hilarious. And Lights Out. Now I'm going to have to sit down and count how much amber's in this single deck. We've got the Dipno Spymaster from the first set, which is a pretty sweet card. I actually never played with this one. That's pretty cool. I think that was the last. Was that the last one? No, there's 2 of them. Okay. I'll take 2 of them. That's awesome. I love that that's an Omni. Okay, now we're moving on to Darna and the Untamed. Before we do, I have to just sit down and count. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that kind of counts, but it's not really. It's just from those, looks like. 6, 7. So already 7 cards that gain natural amber. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I'll put them back in order, I guess. Or in house order. Pretty good, man. If you count Nerve Blast, which steals, but you probably shouldn't. Darna is a 2-power, gain 1 for each damaged friendly creature, and then reap, heal 2 damage from a friendly creature. So you got some weird little synergy with that card, but I love the art, right? These cards feel strange. Dusty. Hope I don't, like, come down with something. Fang House. Assault 3, Hazardous 3. So Assault, before this creature attacks, it gets to pop something for 3, and then Hazardous, before it gets attacked, pop something for 3. Oh, I'm liking this deck, man. I'm liking this one a lot. Oh, it's got a key charge, too. And it's got a helper bot, doesn't it? Does it have a... this one has a helper bot, right? Yeah. Oh, sweet. So you can key cheat. Key cheat on off house with key charge. Got Nox. Nox gets 3 power for each neighbor that it has. So it can go up to 9. Sweet. Marno Swarm. It gets +1 power for each amber in your pool. I've never seen this card before. Tantadlin. I think they just like throw in random like word generators and just come up with something. It only deals 2 damage when fighting, even though it's 9. It says fight, discard a random card for your opponent's archives. Ooh, interesting. Probably not the most useful. Well, as I say that, there's 2 of them. But, I mean, we opened a ton of decks with archive potential, so that's kind of interesting. Camouflage gives you an amber. Hey, keep it coming. Creatures not on a flank cannot fight this creature. So it just pops. It's an upgrade. It pops onto something. That is an uncommon card. Fog Bank is back. This deck gets amber, man. Oh, and there's a mimicry too. This is awesome. Favorite one so far. Nature's Call just keeps coming, man. Oh, that is so sweet. And the final card. How can it get any cooler? Well, you got this sweet looking fox. Panpaka Anga. Creatures to the right of Panpaka Anga in the battle line get +2 power. Dark Wolf, Blackest Night. Always pounces to the right. So, final count for this deck. 1, 2, 3. Just go like this now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gains 10 amber, has redacted, has a way to off-house key cheat. Yeah, this one goes down as my favorite that I've opened so far. It may not be the best in the long run, but it's certainly sweet. It's certainly sweet. All right, that's deck number 7. So we got 5 more. Let's rip into it. Shall we? Oh, good. More shadows, more untamed. Corbin, Vault Seer. Open that up. Let's see what we got. This one pairs with Sanctum this time and not with Logos. But it's got a nice succinct name, and succinct names are sweet. All right. Cruising. Let's go. Lion Botrom. Golden Aura. 2 Golden Auras. It's good if there are some good creatures within the set or within this deck. This gives you an amber. It's an action. It says fully heal a creature. If you heal 4 or more, gain 2. So it's like the untamed version from the previous set. What was that one called? Healing something or other. Protect the Weak, gaining you another amber. So that's 2 so far. That gives you 2 raw amber. 2 Protect the Weak, so 3 raw amber. Smite. It's cool. It's like spot removal and splash. 4 raw amber. Pretty cool. Taking hostages. 5 raw amber. Equalize. Got another Prince Derek Unifier, who is an uncommon. Got an Untamed Ambassador, so you can kind of work together with the Untamed card. Ooh, this is cool. I've never seen this card at all. Proclamation 346E. While your opponent does not control creatures from 3 different houses, their keys cost 2 more, and it's an artifact, so you need artifact removal. You can't just kill something. That's really pretty cool. It's a law, by the way, just so you guys know. That's pretty cool. Bad Penny is back, and still feisty, I guess. Furtive Investors. Give you an amber. Play it. If your opponent has more amber than you, gain 1 amber for each key your opponent has forged. Okay. Not super useful because it doesn't steal, but you do gain amber just from playing it, and then you can gain amber if they have more. So you'll get the amber first. If you still have less, then you can gain for like 1 or 2 amber. Knuckles Bolton. This card was cool. Elusive and skirmish. So he's hard to kill, just in general. Card's cool. 2 of them. I feel like every time I say that card's cool, a second one pops. 3 of them! Well, that card's cool, so I've got 3 of them. Oh, this is one of my favorite Shadows cards that was spoiled. This is Lamindra, and she's a 1 power, deploy anywhere, elusive, and then she gives elusive to the things that she's sitting next to. So it just makes your board a little harder to remove via fighting traditional means, you know. And there's 2 of her. I'm down for that, man. Come on, let's go. Swindle again. Alpha and Omega. Omega, steal 1. Steal 3. Goodness gracious. It's been a long week, you guys. Umbra. Skirmish. Fight. Steal 1. The old school Umbra. Whistling Darts. So this has some raw amber potential as well. Ooh, Night Forge. If you have not forged a key this turn, you may forge a key at +4 the current cost. That's pretty cool. Gives you an amber too. Oubliette. It's a good card just in general. On to Untamed. Darna again. Darna again. Dusk Witch. One of the coolest arts when they first revealed the second set. They showed this card. Omega. Elusive. Your creatures interplay ready. So you play this down. You can't do anything with it afterwards with your creatures interplay ready because it forces you to end your step. But it has the potential of sticking around with that elusive keyword. Key charge, so we can do some cheating. Nox. This one's interesting too. Marmo Swarm. Persistence Hunting. Choose a house. Exhaust each enemy creature of the chosen house. Song of Spring. This one's cool. Shuffle any number of friendly untamed creatures from your hand, discard pile, or battle line back into your deck. So, at the very least, you can take stuff that's died and put it back into the deck. You could also take things that you want to play and put them back into your deck. Right now, there's nothing in the... Oh, there's 2 of them. Good. They both give you an amber. This deck generates insane amber, too. We're going to count after this. Tantadlin again. Chota. This deck is... Man, this one's good, too. And Curiosity. Okay. We're going to count, because this one has even more than the last one. 1. Key cheat. Doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4. Key cheat. 5 and key cheat. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So it gains 12 natural amber, 13 if you count this one. And there are 3 ways to key cheat. This one technically doesn't work with these, but you're not going to key cheat 3 times on the same turn. Or probably even 2 times on the same turn when this is +4. And this one's technically +1. I know it's out of focus, but that is sweet. This deck is pretty sweet. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more control on the Sanctum side, but yeah, no, this one's good. I like that. That's the deck list. And you've got the Untamed Ambassador, so you can name Sanctum, do some stuff, and then play Chota or something like that. We're down to 4 decks. Down to the last 4 decks. It's 10-16 where I'm at. More Shadows. Here we go. This one has... so there are a few cards that I was interested in with regards to the Mars house, and I didn't hit any of them with the other Mars decks, of which we opened 3. So maybe 4th time's the charm. More Sanctum, though. How many Sanctums have we opened? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th. That's what, the most represented? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Oh, no, it's tied for 5. Tied for the most represented with logos, which I'm okay with. I'll take all the logos. I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's cruise. Agent Human. It's always going to be on the top nowadays because they organize, and it's an A. They organize by the alphabet and by the rarity. Here we go again. Fix finger. Someone's gonna know how to say that, but not me. Not me. Mind Warper. I like that card. Mind Worm. Are there two? No. Tixel Beam Bucklers back in this deck. Vasema Think Drone. Vasema Think Drone again. There's a lot of creatures, man. Vasema Think Drone again. Going to be archiving a ton of things. Amber Conduction Unit. After an enemy creature reaps, if it is the first time that creature has reaped this turn, stun it. Interesting. How many creatures have we played from this? Stormcrawler. 6/1. Stormcrawler only deals 1 damage when fighting. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. I think this would be the last. Oh, no. Custom Virus. Here we go. It's an interesting one. Kind of pops everything. And that's, yeah, then we switch to the next house. That's a ton of creatures for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of the 12 cards are creatures for Mars. Hey, that's pretty cool. I have another deck. My second highest rated deck, which is like a 91 or a 90, has Mars in it, and it's just got a bunch of creatures. Like the entire deck is just a bunch of creatures. And so you just play a bunch of creatures and just keep reaping and make your opponent like do stuff. The deck name, by the way, Tempohedron, Spawn of Jamkit. Abond the Armor Smith. About the Grim. Blinding Light. Get it. Blinding Light, 2 of them. Let's go. Healing Blast. I love that Blinding Light gives you Amber as well. It's pretty sweet. Protect the Weak. Shield of Justice. Another Shield of Justice. So we got some Amber here. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Look at that. Enemy creatures cannot reap. So this is a lot of reap hate. So we had, what, 3 cards in Mars that did something if your opponent reaps. And now we have a 4th one. They just can't do it. Gatekeeper, that's a good one. It's a good capture mechanic. Opal Knight. Destroy each creature with even power. I have to go through the deck and look at how many those are. Onto Shadows. Gamgee. It would destroy that one. That wouldn't be good. Doesn't destroy Lamindra, though. Miasma is back. Ronnie Wristlocks. Ronnie Wristlocks yet again. 3 of them. You need 3 steals. Come on. You need a body that steals 1. Just keep stealing. That's an action, though, so it's slower. There's a lot of creatures in this deck. Got the Hidden Stash. Oh, wow, that's cool. Merkins. He's an elf. He's a thief. Elf Thief. Where have I heard that before? Choose a random card in your opponent's archives or on the top card of your opponent's deck. Play that card as if it were yours. That's cool. Dodger. So we're just going to keep stealing. And we might as well end. Oh, Rigged Lottery. Speaking of stealing, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck. For each Shadows card discarded, its owner gains 1. Oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh. So how much Amber did this one generate? This one's not as much, right? Or was it? I can't remember. It's got a ton of steal effects, though. Steals 3. Yeah, this one generated some, too. Look at this. Yeah, and the rest of those don't generate because they're creatures. Because there's a billion creatures in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Hey, man, I'll take that. That's not bad. Let's count how many creatures are on here. Look, you see, oh, Dodger's a legacy card. Not back. Interesting. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 creatures in that deck. That is insane. Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. All right, we've got 3 decks left. 3 decks left. I'm enjoying this. I don't want to stop, but I spent some money, so I probably should. Probably should stop. Shadows continues. Brobnar. Drummer not time. Drummer not time. I want to get things that draw me cards. Give me things that draw me cards, because that's what I love to do. Doing things is what I love to do. Zach Pope. What do you think so far, sir? Ooh, look at the cool guy. Falatier, Winchester Storm, Chieftain. And then we're down to 3. Brahmo. Deal 2 to each enemy flank creature. He's a giant and a knight. How many decks am I opening? I am opening 12 because that's what came in the box. Welcome, by the way, welcome. I have 3 left. This is the 3rd to last. So, well, we can always go back through them, but roll them back. Roll it back. There's some good ones. Drum or not, here we go. So we can technically return this. Oh, there we go. That's great. Good little combo. Let's see what else we can combo with Drum or not here. So what else is in this deck? Foozle doesn't really combo with the Drum or not. You don't really care about bouncing that card because it doesn't do anything when played. So of course there's 2 of them. Why not, right? That's good deck building. Into the Fray. This card's cool. For the remainder of the turn, a friendly Brobnar creature gains fight ready this creature. So you could, well, right now there's not a ton of combo. Let's see, you could play this onto Drummerknot or use it on Drummerknot. You could fight with him, return a giant to your hand like this Brahmo, play Brahmo again. This one readies after Into the Fray goes off. You fight again. This is basically a board clear. It's going to become a board clear. Essentially is what we're getting at. You can board clear with a body. And there's 2 of them. I feel like I just said that. I'm a broken record. There's 2 of them. Lalop the Titanic. He's a giant. He's also a location. And we can bounce him with the Drum or not. Unfortunately, you can't just immediately attack. So that's a bummer. I wish we could just immediately attack. Trimmer. Stun each creature. Stun a creature and each of its neighbors, I should say. Be more specific. Kulf the Quiet. AKA the best quote on all of the cards. It's right there. 6 power elusive. Flamethrower. Deal 1 to a creature with 1 splash. And it does not go away. It just sticks around, which is pretty cool. They leaned hard, and we got sound on the horns. They leaned hard into the they play instruments. They leaned really hard into the Brobnar Rockstar archetype. War Grumpus, which is pretty cool. Do a lot of fighting and stuff with your giants. Okay, how many giants are in this deck so far? Or period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Out of the 12, there are 6. Any Mavericks this evening? Yes. Yes, I do. The first deck that I opened had this one called... Oh, no, it wasn't the first deck. The third... second or third? Which one was it? Not this one. It was this one. The third deck that I opened had this card. Just a simple old one. Just you know, a Maverick Binding Irons. That's pretty cool. Got ourselves a Maverick Binding Irons. Gotten a couple of legacy cards as well. All right, here we go. Carpet Flomix. Carpet Flomix. I don't know this card. If there are no friendly creatures in play, deal 4 to each creature. Okay, gives you an amber. It's really good. There's 2 of them. So it's basically, if you don't have anything, it board wipes. If you do have something, then it does nothing except give you an amber. Mind Warper is back. Mind Worm. Mother Gun. Double Mother Gun. Yes, indeed, it is sweet. Sky Booster Squadron, which is an interesting card to me. I like the design of this card. I think it's really interesting. So you can attack with it, and whenever you want to heal it up, you can reap with it, play it back down. Pretty cool. I like the design of this card as well. The idea of just moving your opponent's stuff to a flank where they don't necessarily want it is interesting. Especially some of those disc creatures that want to avoid being on a flank so they can get that extra bonus. There's 2 of them, by the way. And you can play that. Xanthix Harvester. Have to count how many Mars creatures there are so you can see if that card's good. But you just stick it next to the Yixlix Dominator and you're good to go. Pretty good. 2 of them. Go for 3. Oh, on to Shadows. Bad Penny. Dusk Chronicles. This card is cool. I saw this one before I went live. So it's an amber. It gives you an amber. Play. If your opponent has more than you, you draw a card. If they have if you have more than your opponent, then you archive a card. So this goes either way. You're generally not holding on to cards in this game, but if you did, you could kind of plan which one you'd want, draw a card or not. Miasma. Pretty sweet. Nerve Blast, a great card. Sucker Punch. This is one I've not seen either. Gain an amber. It's an action. It's alpha, so you have to do this first. Deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If that creature is destroyed, then you can archive this card, so it bounces back. Reminds me of a Hearthstone card over in the Rogue class, which matches the Shadows kind of theme. Which was, oh man, what was the one that would bounce back to your hand if you'd played something alongside of it or beforehand? Man, I forgot what the name of that card was. That's a sweet card. Oh, Head Crack. Swindle, Alpha Omega. Steal 3, straight up. Throwing Stars, deal 1 to up to 3 creatures. You gain 1 for each creature destroyed this way, which is very, very cool. There's some combos out there with that. I've never seen this card. Bonerot Venom. After this creature is used, deal 2 to it. So it gives you an amber, and then it kills your creature slowly. You could put it on your opponent's stuff. The quote is, "Oh no, my bones," Kyo the Adventurer. I guess we know what happened to him. Lights Out is a great card. It's a really annoying card. Merkins, which is also a really cool card in the Age of Ascension kind of thing going forward with all the archiving. Snake Lifter is always a good card, particularly if there are some good good artifacts just floating around there in the meta. What? Oh my god, what? Oh my goodness. Oh man, what? Oh, I'm dropping so many frames right when I reveal the stinking Nepenthe seed. Oh my goodness, seriously? A Maverick Nepenthe seed in Shadows. Oh man, okay, so what could we do with that? What would we want to double? What would we want to use again? You could use Nerve Blast. I guess you could like draw a card. There's a lot of creatures in this deck. Oh, there's not that many. You could get a Carpet back. Play 3 of those. You could like bounce one of these cards back into the fray. Oh man, that's super cool. Oh, see, that's the joy right there. That's the joy of not looking at the deck list first. Man, people that look at the deck list first when they're making videos, I just gotta say, you might be doing it wrong. It's just too much fun. It's too much fun. So that's the deck list. That's pretty awesome. It's a good number of redundant cards in there, but none that are really terrible. The double mother gun maybe is not great, but doesn't bother me too much. That was sweet. Okay, 2 decks left. A straight up Maverick Nepenthe Seed. This was a good box. I sent my wife to the store. Get this, all right? You ready? I told my wife, I said, there's a new set releasing tomorrow. Can you go to the store while I have my last day of work before the summer break? And she was like, of course. I will definitely do that for you. And while I was there, I get cold feet because I don't like spending money. So I said, maybe we don't buy. What's the price for the box? They're running a discount, I know, but maybe I just don't buy all of it. Maybe I just get 6 decks. And I would have gotten these 6, right, on the top. Maybe I just get 6 decks. Well, I'm glad I didn't get 6 decks because right now I'm getting super hyped by the Maverick Nepenthe Seed. These Untamed Shadows combos are pretty sweet. We got another Shadows. Now it's Shadows, Dis, and Mars. My stream is dropping. It's not happening. I'll wait for it to come back for a moment. Cauldron, Halbjorn, Smithy Decurion. Let's go. Charette, one of my favorite old cards. It's a good one. Dust Imp. I'm really sad that the stream is dropping again. Exhume, which is just a straight up good card. Lash. Schuler. Streak. Another Streak. Gongoozle, pretty decent card. I've been playing the highest rated deck that I own a lot lately, and it has Gongoozle in it. I found that card to be pretty decent overall. Old York, get rid of stuff from your hand. Pandemonium. What about Guilty Hearts? Nope, a fair game though. Fair game. This card could have been redesigned to be a little bit more, not clear, but concise, perhaps. Ooh, okay, here we go. Wretched Doll. This one's so weird. So if there's a Doom counter in play, destroy all creatures with them. Otherwise, put a Doom counter on a creature. So this takes a ton of time to actually get going, and it wants you to name a Dis a lot so that you can use this. So you do that, use Doom counter. Do that, use Doom counter. It's interesting. It's like you use it, kill something, and the next time you use it. Use it, kill something the next time you use it. Kind of curious. On to Mars. Carpet Fluxum. Carpet Fluxum again. Just keep wiping the board if you don't have anything. Otherwise, it just gives you an amber. Collector Worm. Mars first, so that's your squawker from this set. Mars needs amber. I want that one Mars card. What's that one card? I forgot what it's called. The one that everyone was hyped about. I want that one. Mind Warper, you can bring it in and use it. Tix Beam Buckler. Tixel. Vesma Think Drone. This one's new. I've never seen this one. Oh, yeah. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. Yeah. Zizix. Shockworm. Zizix. Ooh, Floaksome Spike. I've never seen this one either. If there are no friendly creatures in play, destroy each creature not on a flank. Sample collection. How many? And that's probably the last. Oh, no, Zorg. Zorg's here. That's probably the last. Yeah. Then we go on to Shadows. Okay. How many creatures are there up to this point? Because there's a lot here that are doing stuff. Yeah. It's like 3 different cards that are doing things if you don't have creatures. So it's sort of a mix of, like looked like they were about half dis with creatures and the other half of dis without. Interesting. Lamindra. Pretty cool card. Miasma. Nerve Blast. Oh, Zach. Oh, Zach. Oh, you missed some stuff, man. You missed some stuff. Ronnie Wristlocks. You missed some stuff. Sucker Punch. I wish my stream weren't breaking up so I could tell you about it. Swindle. Whistling Darts. There's a lot of actions in this. Oh, this is a new one. Little Niff. Omega, Deploy, Elusive. Can we throw on a few more keywords? We've got some space here, you guys. Dev team, get on it. Throw some more right there. After a neighbor of Little Niff is used to fight, steal 1. So it's hard to stick this, except it does have Elusive. You could put it wherever you want. So no, it's not that hard to stick this. Oh my gosh. No, you should harass me right here. It's okay. It's okay. If the stream holds, I'll run it back. I'll run it all back. Merkins again. Oh, I like this card, Nightforge. I never got a deck from the first set with Key of Darkness. This reminds me of like a bad Key of Darkness. Perplexing Sophistry. If you have more amber than your opponent, they discard a random card from their hand, and you draw a card. Nice. Nice. And the last card. Last time, this card was insane. This time, it's probably not. Oh, it's the Sting, though. The Sting's pretty good, man. That's not a bad card. So that's not a bad deck. I think I've only so far pulled one deck that I've gone, yeah, that one's bad. And it was like this one. Or so, I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was the Conductor Investigator. I don't know. Deck list. Interesting. Okay, last deck. Last one. This has been an enjoyable evening of opening decks. People that didn't watch missed out, man. Just saying. Okay. And the last one. We've got another Logos, we've got Sanctum, and we've got Mars. So we've hit our limit on shadows. It would appear, though I would like to see what's the one Mars card that draws you cards? I forgot that one. Not Battlefleet. It's from the first one. I'm trying to think of the second. This set, the one that people are hyped about. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see like double of the dude that draws you cards in Logos. That would be cool too. This plastic is so impossible. Someone say something in chat so that I can be distracted by the fact that I can't get this open. This is where I just ponder my life choices. What led me here? Why am I at this moment struggling this mightily to open this single thing? The worst part is I don't even know what's in the deck, so it's like it could be like trash and I'm just sitting here for like 5 minutes rethinking my life choices, trying to open this plastic. I should have brought scissors, man. Okay, I'm gonna figure something out. You're welcome for streaming this. Thank you for coming and watching and hanging out. Look, see, I'm using a paintbrush. Okay, there we go. That's what I said. I didn't know very many of the new cards either. I just wanted some decks as well. Again, the best way to do this, man, just throw that down. Futile Pearl Vitale. Here we go. Igor. I think this card is super cool. That card is so cool. It's tutoring, man. So there's 2 of them. I just got to compliment the deck. You're very cool, deck. You've got a cool name. You've got a symmetrical picture. Look at the picture. I'm a fan of you. So you give me a helper bot. Let's go. Come on. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Pip, pip. All right, so far there are 4 creatures in this deck, and all of them are creatures that I like. I don't know if they're good yet, but I like them. See? Come on, just keep the compliments going, and it's just going to keep getting better. There's 2 of these. Just stick them. Your opponent's creatures can't reap. They got to fight. They got to kill these guys. Kill them off, right? Yes, thank you. Oh my god, yes. Alright, so you draw a card for each friendly Logos creature. So if he sticks on the board and you play all of these other stupid creatures that are awesome, then you're just drawing cards for days, man. It's pretty sweet. Did I not just say I wanted a deck with multiple of this guy? And what is this? 8 cards in the deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're all creatures. And there's 2. There's 2 Sutterkins. Okay. Yeah. Sure. It just is more creatures. You just gotta keep going. Oh, okay. The first non-creature. Okay. Woo. That's like 9. Is that 9? 10. Rocket boots. Wait. You don't even need 3 of these. You just need 1 with some rocket boots. Oh my god. Oh, that's so awesome. All right. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta thank my wife for buying this box. Oh man. Oh, that was worth it. I don't even care what's in the rest of this deck. I do not care at all. Oh my goodness. I don't care that I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. It does not matter to me. But I can ready him immediately. Because if I wanted to do that, if I wanted to get him out there and get some armor. Oh, that was amazing. I'm going to draw all the cards with this deck. I don't know if this card's good. I'm not sure. I don't even care. I don't much care. Mother Gun, sure. Amber Conduction Unit. I'm glad I spent the 5 minutes opening the plastic on this deck. I think this card's really good. It's like a Collar of Subordination. It's pretty good. Oh my god! Because look. Because, oh my god. Oh man. I forgot this card existed, and this is the perfect deck for it. Oh. Okay. Oh man. Good control and a good deck. Okay. All right. Put some stuff away. Sure. Yeah. All right. Oh man. Oh good. We can throw a Uxlix down, and then we can Mars first it and bring it out. Oh, okay. Or I think we're on to Sanctum now. Oh, we got to get an incubation chamber in there. Sure. Because people care about that card. Oh, we didn't get that one that draws cards. What was that one? I forgot what that one was called. Maybe there's something cool in Sanctum that we don't know about. Maybe we'll find something cool. Capturing. You kind of want the control to be in this side. So you got all the draw in the world with the logos. You've got a way to key cheat. So you kind of want this to be like control. That's good. Deploy. That's pretty good. You slap it down there by the big guy, or by the three, the three logos guys that draw you cards. Sure. Give you some amber, raw amber. Give you some more raw amber. You could pop that onto the same logos guys. Kind of a pointless card. Yep. Okay. Control again. Ooh, the Gray Rider. This one's cool. There's not a lot of things you want to fight with in this deck. So the Gray Rider doesn't have a ton of utility yet. Well, there's two of them, so you know, you'll do it anyway. You do it anyway. Oh, maybe you just discard him and capture. No, you probably don't do that. But he's big, so you could fight with him. Either of them, because there's two as well. Good God. Oh, good. You need more control, right? There it is. You got your control. So I'm going to draw every card in the world. Oh, and the logos. Oh, good. Because I could just, I want to get some more logos cards out there. So now you can with this guy. Oh. Oh my God. Let's count the creatures. There's so many. Oh God, it's amazing. That was so worth it. Look at this stack of creatures. This is all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, that's about average. That's insane. So you're going to draw a lot of cards, and you're just going to have bomb turns after that, where you're just going to fill the board back up and your opponent has to remove it. That's awesome. That was awesome. This deck is ridiculous. I agree. Just look at that list. Just look at that list. Igor, Helperbot, Pit, Professor. Titan Mechanic on the side. So what am I going to do with all of these cards once I draw them? Well, Key Abduction seems good. Seems free. I'm a fan of this. Oh man, that was a good 12 decks. Let's raise this back up, kind of get it more viewable. That was awesome. So that's a full box. Look, there's my microphone off to the side. There, so you can see them all. That is a full box worth of decks. Of the full box worth of decks, let's see. We had a Maverick here, right? Get that out. Where you at? Of the full decks, of all 12, we had a Maverick Nepenthe Seed. We had, there's something in this one, right? Yeah, there's a Fogify in this one. That's his legacy card. This was a good deck too. I liked this one because it had Doom of the Martyr. This one started off strong. It had Fila the Researcher as well. Some good logo stuff. Fogify, so that card's here as well. Let's see what else. That's a legacy card. What else caught my eye? What did this one have? This one had like a gold key imp. That one was cool. This one had gold key imp in that. I think it was it this one? The Daring More Keep. The very first card we turned over was the Binding Iron. No, it wasn't the very first card. It was like the fourth card in. Had Binding Irons on it. A Maverick Binding Irons. Which is pretty sweet. Oh, and this one archived like forever. This deck was cool too. So this had like, once you get past all the Brobnar, which it had Gengar Chieftain with the Grok, which is a good combo. This one archived for days. Look at this. Where'd it go? So archive when destroyed. Oh, why does that do that now? It doesn't want to focus. Oh, because I changed the focus, right? Archive when destroyed. Archive. Put this on the top of the deck. Archive. Draw a card. Archive or draw a card. Archive playing something. So that one archived forever. These two archive. That archives. So that was a cool one. That had some clear ideas about what it wanted to do with its life. One of these was like legit not very good. Which one was that? Maybe this one? Yeah, I think it was this one. Legit not very good, which is a bummer because it was the Dream Chaser of Elves. This one had 2 Binding Irons in it. 3 Library of Babbles. I'm trying to find the other one that had something cool in it. I mean, obviously, this one was ridiculous, right? The last one. That one was crazy. Oh, man, that was highly enjoyable. This one was really good, too. Yeah, this deck was really good. The Sanctum was like whatever, but it had 3 Knuckles Boltons in it. This card's pretty sweet. Yeah, this was fun, you guys. This was this game is fun, and I want to play it, and now I want to play it even more. This one had a ton of amber and had 3 ways to key cheat. That's right. What'd you guys think? There were a lot of people that were hating on this set, saying it's like gonna be the worst set. It's not very good in general. It's generally not very good compared to the first set, which obviously the first set was way overtuned. But man, I'll tell you right now, opening those up along, this one had a Legacy Dodger as well. Opening these packs up along with the changes, the nerfs to the cards that were nerfed, Nepenthe, or not Nepenthe Seed, Library Access, and excuse me, and Bait and Switch. I think that's pretty sweet. I'm a fan. Yeah, these decks are awesome. I'm curious to see the deck rating websites and how they affect people's views of these. But man, I'll take this for a box. Particularly, I'll pay money for this deck right here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. This was super fun. I'm going to play some Keyforge now. See you later. Goodbye.